Hey, welcome to another stock market update. Today is September 10, 2017. Well, the market kind of whipping around a little bit last week. Let's take a look at the indexes in this video and see what we could expect for the coming week. As you can see on this chart here, the advanced decline still holding up near the high, and the VIX is getting a little bit of a movement and might be looking at possible spike up again in the near future. Wouldn't be surprised I see something like that, a little bit of a spike this coming week. And you can see that the S&P 500 is trying to get back up to its all-time high and having a little bit difficult time at it, and we'll talk about that a little bit more later on. And if we take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial and the Dow Jones Transportation, the Dow theory chart here, there's nothing there to signify any change in the direction other than the transportation is getting a little bit of a bounce here. So we'll keep an eye on it to see can it make a series of higher high, higher low, and then we'll take a little bit of an assessment to see what is it trying to tell us in terms of future direction of the market. But for now, we're getting a little bounce, and probably because of the hurricane going to Texas and Florida, and the rebuilding time when it comes for rebuilding. We'll probably see a lot of the material and stuff be moving around to assist the rebuilding phase, and that might give the transportation, some of the transportation stock, especially the trucking company, a little bit of a boost. So that could be just a temporary effect, but we'll keep an eye on that, and we'll talk about that in a separate video. So let's go and take a look at all the indexes here. So it's nothing stand out. So it's nothing there to talk about there. So we just skip this chart here. All right, looking at the New York Stock Exchange Composite. What I'm saying is, you see that we got a big engulfing candle here, and kind of peaked above that on Thursday and Friday. Unable to make a move back up to this pivot high of 11,935. I'm actually looking for a pullback in this coming week. So for the New York Composite, I'm looking for the possibility of pulling back to this 17,783 and 0.90, and maybe see a little bit of a chop there and progress proceed down to the 11,670.90, this pivot low here. Okay. And let's go and take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial. Okay, the Dow Jones Industrial, you see that we had this little shooting star pattern on the candle, and we're expecting some sort of a pullback, which we got on Tuesday. And right now, it's been basically crawling down on this inside, this engulfing candle. So you got a series of inside day within this engulfing candle. So I'm looking for a pullback to 21,709.60, and if that can't hold, eventually you're looking for this brick and come down to 21,600.30, and then possibly get into this little gap fill here, 21,467.90. I am expecting a pullback, like I said. If it's going to run up, this is the level that I will be looking at. And let's see, what is that level? I'll be looking at somewhere around 22,039. Okay. And then quick look at the transportation. The transportation, if we're going to run up, be looking at this 9,447.61, this pivot high, recent pivot high, and see can it break through that. If it break through that, then we'll be looking at 95.43.64. But if it pull back, I think the support level that I'll be looking at is 92.37.46. Then proceed down. If it can't hold that level, then come down and test the 9010.19. So when you get to these pivot level, don't look at it precisely at that particular level, but when it get close to it and get below that, watch for price action to see how the price react at those level, and then look for either bounces, support or resistance. So that's how I use these level, not looking at precisely at that particular level, because the market typically don't work that way, right? Either it's gonna go to one extreme or the other. So when people claim that they call it precisely, it's just a draw of the luck, I would say. But whatever one believe, everybody have their different egos, right? Anyway, let's continue to look at the indexes. Looking at the S&P 500, let's take a look at the future, the ES. We'll be basically looking at the December contract. You can see that we have this engulfing candle on Tuesday and basically a coiling inside that engulfing candle. So we're working on an inside coil, and I'm looking for this pullback to the 24.43.25. Okay, then chop around a little bit and move down to 24.13.50 and eventually get down and test that 2400 once again. I think we're going to see this pullback down here before it try to make a new high here at this particular level here at what's that, 2406.25, because I'm basically looking for a pullback for the coming week. And if we take a look at the S&P, right, the S&P 500, I'm looking for a pullback to 2446.55. This engulfing candle, the low of this engulfing candle, and I'm looking for a break of that and come down to that 2417.35, and then possibly 2405.70, this pivot low. Okay, and if we take a look at the SPY, okay, the SPY, I am looking at this 244.95, this engulfing candle low. Again, I'm looking for a pullback this week, and if that can't hold, then I'd be looking at a pullback to the 241.83 and possibly come down and test the 239.96. Okay, let's continue and look at the NQ. We're basically looking at the NASDAQ. The NQ also, you see that's an inside candle. It's got these inside candle here and this engulfing candle from Tuesday, and it's pulling back pretty hard on Friday. And I'm looking for a pullback again, such like all the other indexes for the coming week. I'm looking at 58.96.75 would be the first level of support. And if we break below, essentially break below this engulfing candle, I'm looking for this thing to come back down and test the 57.59.50. Then if it can't hold that level, then it probably will work itself down to the 55.67.50. Not necessarily in this next week will come down to this 55.67.50, but it's not saying that it is impossible. Anything is possible, right? But right now, I'm basically looking for the first level to break is 58.96.75 and then 57.59.50. Okay, and then looking at the index, the cash index itself. Okay, you can see that the looking at this 58.90.25, and then here's the pivot low, basically this gap fill here at 57.50.50, then eventually come down to 55.79.64. You can look at the QQQ. The pullback I'm looking for, again, this inside candle pulling back to 143.60. And if that can hold, I'm looking at 140.18. Then eventually work down and retest this 135.80. Okay, the Russell Cash Index. Okay, we're looking at 1393.90 and the 1370.80 on this pivot low. basically just beneath the channel trend line, and then the 1349.30. And if we look at the IWM, okay, for the IWM, we're looking 138.58. Again, I'm basically looking for a pullback. You see this big engulfing candle on all these indexes that we have looked at, and it's basically the market been doing an inside coiling pullback. Right, so right now I'm just looking for this thing to break below that pullback, the engulfing candle low, 38.58, and then here 136.23 is basically the first level of support I'm looking at, and then I'm looking down at 134.12 with that 136.23 can't hold. So as you can see, that the market is trying to make it back to the to its previous high. Take a look at the S&P 500. It's trying to make back to its all-time high, but you can see that the all these candle formation here, we see this inverted hammer, and then we set up this evening star type of pattern. So we're gonna see something pull back to test this low, okay? And that's the reason why I'm looking for these pullback to occur in the coming week. Because if we take a look at these, you see same type of formation. You see this, a little bit of a hangman doji, hangman type of candle the previous week, and then we set up an evening star. So right now we're going to pull back, okay. And same thing with the Russell, okay. So we're looking at the Russell here. Not the Russell, but the Dow Jones. Okay, right. You look at this shooting star here, evening star. Okay, so again, basically looking at these low here for the break. Okay, so good luck.